My name's Clay. I'm here at Fenton Sonnevac, here to help you out on any questions you have about vacuum cleaners.
Okay, so there's a lot of vacuum cleaners out there today claiming to have the best suction on the market. What can you say about that?
I can say that it really is a claim, but honestly, suction is the third most important item out of three items that determine how well a vacuum cleaner cleans.
Really?
Yes.
What is more important?
Agitation and airflow are way more important than suction in the whole scheme of things.
Can you demonstrate that for me?
I definitely can. To discuss suction, the first thing that most people think is important to a vacuum performing well is actually not the most important. This is your typical Eureka upright vacuum. It's something you can find in almost every department store across America. It is what they call a bypass motor design. It is phenomenal with suction, but it lacks in the other two departments, airflow and agitation. The first test I'm going to show you is a simple test to show how suction doesn't really matter in picking up items. This is a typical American penny. This hose is the main power source to this vacuum. What I'm going to show you is sealed suction will not remove a penny. Being this penny, it's ground into the dirt of your carpet. This hose, if put on my hand and turned on as the vacuum's running, by all means it should have picked the penny up, but it didn't. What we're going to have to do is allow airflow into the hose to pick the penny up. If I turn this vacuum back on, I'm going to put the hose with a little bit of airflow, it'll suck the penny right up. Okay, back to the bypass machine with the hose suction. This unit here, I'm going to give you a brief detailed description on how this works. Now this is a typical design of the majority of vacuums on the market. If you go to a department store, Walmart, Kmart, they're all going to have a hose on board. What this hose is, like I said, is the main power source to the vacuum cleaner. On this model here, this is what you'd pull out to use to clean your baseboards, your upholstery, your cobwebs, but it also acts as your main power supply to pick up dirt on the floor. If I flip this vacuum over, I'm going to show you the design flaw. And once again, this flaw is not just to this particular brand, it's to the majority of vacuums out on the market with a hose. The bottom of this is your brush roll. This is what causes agitation, which we'll talk about in a bit. But this is to groom the carpet and to actually start the process of picking up dirt. The inlet of this vacuum is the flaw. If you look here, this is where all the dirt goes. This is your power supply. This is your source where the dirt gets picked up. The flaw of this and most vacuums is the dirt over here really gets neglected. As you're vacuuming, agitation is always faster than airflow. So as you vacuum, the brush will groom the carpet and bust the dirt up, but it's not going to pick up the dirt in time, so you're going to pass a lot of dirt up.
Okay, so you explained how this vacuum uses a hose and suction to clean well on one side, but it neglects the dirt on the other side. Could you demonstrate that for me?
You bet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the same vacuum, turn it on. We've put down some pink sand and some walnut chips against the carpet and a simulated wall or baseboard. I'm going to run over it on both sides and the front to demonstrate the cleanability of how well it performs with the hose, the other side, and the front of the nozzle going in the corners.
So do you want to explain to me what happened there?
Yeah, I'll explain what happened. Obviously, if we look down at the carpet, the Eureka did a pretty decent job of cleaning with the hose side, where a lot of the airflow and suction from the unit comes from. When I wheeled around and I butted the front of the vacuum up against the wall, it didn't clean real well. As I swiveled over and I used the non-hose side of the unit, it didn't do a great job at all. Left a lot of debris, sand, and walnut chips on the floor. This is going to be typical in your home. Anytime you go along vacuuming your floor, you're only going to clean a small portion of the nozzle every time you make a pass.
So that's with a bypass system.
That's with any vacuum with a hose.
So is there something that works better?
There is. A direct air machine will out-clean a bypass, without a doubt.
So you said that a direct air vacuum will clean much better than the bypass system. Could you explain what direct air is, please?
Yeah, what a direct air vacuum is, it relies on airflow. It's a simple design, really. The design's been around since vacuums came about. The easiest explanation I can explain to most people is a tornado. A tornado is not suction, it's airflow, and airflow is produced by a whirl of wind. A tornado will pick a house up, but there's no suction involved. That's the way a direct air vacuum works. A direct air vacuum, I grabbed a cutout of a Metal Royal. It's probably the best vacuum on the market. We do sell them here at Fenton Sew & Vac. This is a cutout to show you how a direct air vacuum works. As we had earlier with the Eureka vacuum, with the hose on one side, the dirt was neglected over here. With a direct air vacuum, your inlet is right in the center of the nozzle. So the dirt over here and over here are going to get an equal amount of airflow into the center of the nozzle. And then just as a tornado produces airflow, this suction fan produces airflow through the 2-inch diameter hole instead of your typical 1.25-inch hole on your typical bypass hose machines. This is how a direct air motor works. The fan actually kicks air into the inlet into the bag. It's a much simpler process, but it does an extremely well job, and nothing in the industry right now will clean as well as a direct air machine. If you want clean carpets, this is the product to have, and I'm going to show you why it works so well. The first step I'm going to do is to show you the quick demo how we did on the Eureka. Now I'm going to do on a Metal Royal. This is the model 8300 Metal Royal. This is the best vacuum cleaner on the market. I'm going to give a quick demonstration of the capability of airflow and agitation of a direct air machine.
Before we get into agitation, is there anything else you'd like to tell me about airflow?
You bet. And what I've got here, I've got the most common and most popular bypass machine on the market, a Dyson Ball. This unit here is the #1 seller as far as bypass machines go in America right now. It's the most popular, and they're touted as the most powerful vacuum. So what I'm going to do, I got Vicky, an employee of the store here, to help me out. She's going to be using the Metal Royal, where I'm going to be using the Dyson. I'm going to turn the unit on, and I'm going to go up. If you look here, we have a blank paper towel holder. I'm going to pick it up and suck it back to me. She's going to turn on the Royal, and we're going to basically have a tug of war with the paper roll.
So are you ready to tell me about agitation now?
Yeah, the last but most important part about cleaning your carpet is agitation. Back to the Dyson vacuum that we basically skipped over to this from the Eureka because more people are interested in a Dyson Ball today, and this pertains to all Dysons. This is pretty much the performance you're going to get out of any model, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration here on just a typical rug that's going to simulate carpet in your house. We're using the walnut chips again. We got some cornmeal ground into the carpet and some pink play sand ground into the carpet. What we want the vacuum to do is basically bounce the carpet and cause a mini earthquake basically on the pad and the carpet fibers to lift that dirt up. We're going to give a quick presentation with the Dyson, and then I'm going to move over and we're going to show the Royal Metal and the differences. So I'm going to turn on the Dyson, and we're going to make sure that the brush is spinning, and I'm going to give you a quick demo. Turn the unit on, let you know that the brush is spinning. And I'm basically going to do one side to show Here's the metal royal. If you come into the store in Fenton, we can give you a better demonstration on this and spend a lot more time on it, but this is just a quick demonstration to show you the capabilities of the metal royal. I didn't pick up all the debris on the carpet. I just wanted to give a quick test to show you how aggressive the brush and airflow is on the Royal compared to a typical bypass machine or supposedly the best vacuum on the market. Please come in and see us and I can give you more demonstrations. Hi, my name is Clay. I'm here at Fenton Sonovac, here to help you out on any questions you have about vacuum cleaners.
Okay. So there's a lot of vacuum cleaners out there today claiming to have the best suction on the market. What can you say about that?
I can say that it really is a claim, but honestly, suction is the third most important item out of 3 items that determine how well a vacuum cleaner cleans.
Really?
Yes.
What is more important?
Agitation and airflow are way more important than suction in the whole scheme of things.
Can you demonstrate that for me?
I definitely can. Discuss suction. The first thing that most people think is important to a vacuum performing well is actually not the most important. This is your typical Eureka upright vacuum. It's something you can find in almost every department store across America. It is what they call a bypass motor design. It is phenomenal with suction, but it lacks in the other 2 departments, airflow and agitation. The first test I'm going to show you is a simple test to show how suction doesn't really matter in picking up items.